It's Financial Literacy Friday, and my question today is, how do you think parents could introduce stocks to their children, or when should they?
As young as you can, I think. I wish that I was much younger when I started understanding how the stock market worked. I really do. I was like in the late teens when I understood it. But I wish like when I was a younger kid, and if you remember this book, right? So before I get into the book I think parents should start, this is just me, I don't have kids, we don't have kids, right? But, I played with our friends' kids over the weekend. I played that life game.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, like, what stood out to me is like, Micah is a 10, right? Or 11.
11.
And he understood the value of money. He understood that.
And so did Asher.
Asher's 5, but he's just like, oh, give me some of that, I want it. Right? But anyways, it's like, I think when depends on your child. Depends when they can have when you feel as a parent that they have a clear understanding of the value of money. It's something to, that they want, that they desire, because they understand its value. You can buy toys, whatever, it can be saved, whatever, right? So when you get to that point, you should use books. There's a lot of books out there, but this is the book that we recommend, I would recommend, because it's our friend's book, and I genuinely like the book. There's a comic club book that comes with it, but if you look, it's good for parents too, for anyone who doesn't understand how the stock market, what it is about investing in equities, stocks, right? And it's really easy to read, get it done, kids can understand it, adults can understand it, and it uses Porter's 5 Forces and turns it into like a superpower, so it's fun. But Porter's 5 Forces is a very fundamental, rudimentary methodology for looking at stocks that can be easily simplified, that anyone can understand.
Yeah, I don't even know what the 5 Forces are.
Well, it's cool. Like, I don't want to spoil the book, but you'll learn it. And then, so when you start, to me, once the kid understands money, whatever age the kid might be, use this, to garner their interest in it, And then the other thing I would suggest is when you get to that point, try and buy a share of a stock for your child. Like literally, like go buy a share of like Apple, Nvidia, whatever, one share, right? And get that certificate in your hands, like get the cert. Because it's something tangible. When you give it to the child and they're already kind of there, they already kind of understand money, and this thing is worth, $200 from Apple stock or something. But it's like not for you to go spend. How do I, how do I take this certificate? This thing could be and make money off of it. Well, you hold it and it could be worth $400 in a year or in the future. So that's an idea of like savings. It's like the stock certificate is it's investing, but for a kid's way, it's like a way of teaching them how to save. Right? And then here it teaches you how to pick it. Like she says in here, it's always good that they can relate to it. So something that they can relate to, like your niece who likes cake pops, go buy a share of Starbucks for her, right?
She loves her
Starbucks. And then once they get into that, and then you start introducing them to a ticker symbol to start, knowing what's it worth today, and then you got things in here, that they can graduate to, and you can start learning more. This is probably for an older age, a kid that's probably like, 10 plus. I don't know what the levels are, but something more like, not like 7, 8 years old, so then they can understand like dividends. This is more in detail once they get it. Once they wow, they're excited about holding a share. They wanted to, every week they ask their dad or mom, like, hey, what's Apple trading at? Or what's Starbucks trading at? Or, what's Target trading? Whatever that share is. Get their interest. And then you can use this comic book to dive a little bit deeper. Symbols, mergers. We're talking about what's a ticker over here, earnings. This is what derives the value, So, yeah, I don't know. I might be complicating things a little bit, but that's kind of my thought process. I think it's key once the kid understands a store of value in money that they can save and they can grow it, then you introduce them through the book, tickers, share certificates, stuff like that. Get their interest. Get them always like, hey, what's my stock doing this morning? And then you'll see, I think in a few years, you never know. By the time they reach their late teens, they could be like traders.